Hey guys, Neomis here. So this video is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be doing a review on the Arsenal Eintracht Frankfurt game, or Eintracht Frankfurt versus Arsenal. Now, I didn't get a chance to view it. Like I told you guys on Saturday on my last video that I was going to be traveling to the US for work. I'm actually in North Carolina at the moment. Take a look at that. Look, it's afternoon. And I just didn't get a lot of time just because of the time difference. So I thought I would give you guys my kind of opinions and thoughts based on everything that I've read, listened, watched some of the highlights, and yeah. So if you don't want to hear, switch off. If you do, stay tuned. Now, after viewing the game, seeing the starting lineup, not surprised to see the likes of Mustafi and Chambers in the side, along with the likes of Saka, Emil Smith Rowe. Um, really surprised not to see Reece Nelson, to be really honest. Reece hasn't been getting a lot of starts, and I know I think the last game he started against Watford, which he wasn't good in the game at all. He just wasn't good enough. Sorry, he came on as a sub in the game against Watford. He wasn't good enough, and unfortunately, part of the second goal that Watford scored was his fault. Um, he wasn't able to track back, and I mean, it's a whole nother story. But we didn't see Reece. We saw Smith Rowe. We saw Saka. Torreira started this game in midfield along with Granit Xhaka in that midfield as well, and Joe Willock was in there. Chambers at right back, Mustafi and David Luiz at centre back with Kolasinac at left back, and then Aubameyang up top. So a nice mix of experience and youth. But for me, when you look at the highlights of the game, how the game went, you have to give up big props up to to some of the young gunners, and particularly, I mean, one of the best young players that we do have in Bukayo Saka. The goal that he scored in the second half after Joe Willock scored his first in the first half, um, very, very impressive. Very impressed by them. You would think that with a performance like that, along with Joe Willock, that Bukayo Saka should be starting the next game. Why not? Reece Nelson has not been cutting the mustard. Reece Nelson is a player who I believe Reece has all the talent to be a top star, but it just looks like when he gets on the pitch, he just gets so frustrated and pissed off with the whole situation. And I know what it's like to be in that type of situation, and I think everybody does. We're all, a lot of the time we're in a situation where we're losing. Maybe his motivation isn't there. He doesn't look like he's trying 100%, 100% of the time when he's playing a game. It looks like sometimes he just has moments of lapses, and I get it. He's a young player; these things happen, but for me, just not good enough. And maybe Saka should come in for our next game. I believe is on Sunday, Sunday or Monday coming. So why not have Saka playing there on the left? For me, another game, Pepe played, but didn't score. He came on in the second half. I don't know what's going on. Well, we all know what's going on. He needs time to adjust. It's just that I think everybody keeps thinking, you know what? They want to see their best players like play and score goals, and that just isn't happening. And I don't know what to say about Pepe. I really don't. Yes, he needs time, and we should all give him chances. Um, I just hope it's soon enough, because Arsenal fans are already talking about where was he, what is he doing. So it's going to be a close one. The other player who, again, you have to be impressed with is Joe Willock. I mean, again, this is a guy that works hard, tracks back, pushes forward, tries to create chances. It doesn't always go well. You could tell that's where he lacks in the quality. But overall, his performance on the pitch has been so impressive. Cannot fault this guy. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. He's a player who I remember seeing him the first time, and I thought, you know what, this guy's not gonna make it. First initial thought. Didn't think there was anything special about him. He reminded me a lot of Alex Iwobi. I thought, you know what, yeah, he's good, but like nothing really special. But you know what, he has proved me wrong, and he's proved a lot of fans wrong. I do feel that he will be a star for Arsenal. He just has that a little bit of everything, that real grit. And I think if you have him there with the right type of players that can complement the things that he doesn't necessarily excel at, I think it could work well. I think a good balance would be having him, Torreira, and Maitland-Niles in midfield. Could really see him flourish. Both of those players in Maitland-Niles and Lucas Torreira are players who've got lots of energy, players that could really help take him to another level. So who knows how that midfield is going to be in the future. And yes, there's Aubameyang who scored the third goal. But you know what? I actually wanted to give a big shout out. Let me just change the background a bit. I want to give a big shout out to Shkodran Mustafi. He had a really good, solid performance today. Along with Emi Martinez, I thought that did really well. But for me, I got to say, Shkodran Mustafi, looking at some of the comments on Twitter, I thought he was superb. Absolutely superb in the game. Really impressed by his performance. And he should be very happy with himself. Oh, God. Bloody curtains. It's one of those situations where, a player gets so much stick and so much shit from fans that when you could go on and produce a performance like what he has, I am impressed. So hopefully he'll come out and maybe play more. Maybe play again at right back. Maitland-Niles recently came out with an interview saying that he's not a right back, but he's trying. I agree, he's trying, but I'm tired of Maitland-Niles at right back. I mean, no. Like, yes, I think he needs to learn the defensive part of the game, because I think that his future is in like central midfield, CDM, but he's not what we need at right back. But guys, let me know what you think on the game. Let me know, did you agree with kind of like my top 3 players being in Bukayo Saka, Joe Willock, and Shkodran Mustafi? Leave your comments below. I know that's a bit controversial, especially with that last one. I'm really looking to kind of hear your thoughts, and I will see you again next time. Peace.